Come on. Come on. There we go. Why? What? Why the fuck is the thumbnail not... God damn it. Damn, thumbnail's not changing. Come on. Where is it? Come on. Where's that thumbnail? Come on. There. Jesus Christ. Hopefully, because that is not an accurate thumbnail. JK, that's very kind of you to say that we're your favorite band, even though we haven't released a song yet, or at least a song with this current lineup. Okay. There we go. There we go. Good gravy. Took me long enough. Hang on. All right. Bloomus, FTV, JK, Jonathan. All right. We got some of my favorite British people there. Thank goodness. Hang on. Let me pop out the window so I can read this better. Hey, Jonathan. Welcome. Welcome. All right, we've got our usual people here, which I'm glad about, because you guys are the main ones I wanted to talk to, the real human beings and not the constant trolls and haters. Jonathan says you've had a few big spirals lately. All right, there we go. We got some common ground. There we go, trying to be more positive. That's exactly why I started live streaming right now, because I have also been going through some spirals again. RJW says I'm not human, but thanks for the compliment. All right, so hopefully being able to talk with you guys can help boost to be back to higher spirits, but last few days haven't. It's been some ups and downs last few days. I decided, when I took the image for that thumbnail, when I was with my head down like that, all I did was hit start record, and and I thought, you know what, that perfectly encapsulates my mood, how I'm starting off right now, just because, it's been stressful. There's things going on financially I'm not going to talk about, but that have been dragging me down. But the one thing that has been giving me some comfort is I've been watching a ton of videos on people with cassette players and people with cassette players, looking at people's CD collections, watching reviews on just separate Walkman and cassette players, and it inspired me to go out and dig out some of my old cassettes. And I've tried to listen to some of my cassettes, but unfortunately all the cassette players that I have, they're not, none of the ones I own are working properly, which sucks because I've been really getting into the mood of wanting to listen to physical media, just because I felt like I had a much closer connection to music before streaming. And it also didn't help that one of my heroes, Ace Frehley, passed away the other day, so that didn't help either. Yeah, Bloomis, I've been watching a lot of stuff. I've been watching videos of people repairing iPods. That has been making me want to just buy an old iPod, restore it, and it's been making me want to find an older version of iTunes and have that on. Yeah, Jonathan, that's the unfortunate thing about being an adult and growing older, is that all the legends start dying. That's just the nature of life, but I'm just happy that I was able to appreciate Ace when he was still alive. Well, the thing that I'm doing, Jonathan, when it comes to physical media is I haven't, of course, haven't been able to buy anything at all, but that's something I want to do when I have a job and car. Is I just want to be able to, well, first of all, I will buy some Kiss CDs or albums, Kiss CDs, tapes, records, and I just want to start listening to them, because I don't want, part of me is just starting to reject the whole notion of listening to music on the internet. And some people say, why do you care about that so much? Because when I sit down, like, let's say, for example, if I want to go on YouTube and I want to listen, just because Ace has been on my mind a lot recently, if I wanted to listen to Kiss, I don't want to just go on YouTube and look it up. It doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel like I'm connecting to it anymore. And it's just tough now, because I'm in this position where I don't want to pay for a music streaming subscription. Hey, Bloomis, thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate it, man. Actually, I almost forgot. There it is. I almost forgot to turn on the alerts, and I didn't. There's the chat room. Okay. Yes, JK, I absolutely love looking at vinyl records. It's something that I did all the time back when I still lived at my parents' house. Now I've got them with me, not all of them. I've got most of them, or I should say, I've got a good chunk of them with me. But when it comes to living in this tiny mobile home, I've got no space. I have my dad's record player. I've got his albums, and I can't listen to it. You've been going through a free trial with Apple Music and preferring the sound quality on it so far. I just have been seeing a lot of stories lately about Spotify seeing like how little the artists get paid and how they will force artists on you even though you put something in shuffle mode. They'll still play certain artists, like they're trying to push agendas to get you to listen to certain people, and I'm just, I don't want to deal with that anymore. I want to go back to my CDs. I want to go back to cassettes, and I'm tired of algorithms, because I honestly feel like algorithms have been destroyed. Well, it goes deeper than music, but I feel like algorithms have completely ruined the way society listens to music, and I just want to go back to the way things were back when, even when I was using iTunes. it felt like every single song that I would purchase with that $15 iTunes gift card, I would listen to those songs on the school bus over and over again. And that's how I became a giant fan of Kiss and Led Zeppelin and Van Halen. And, insert every other name from before, insert every band from before the year 2000 here. That's how I would listen to everything. Is I would listen to CDs, or I would listen to my iPod, and it's really making me wish that my iPod Nano didn't get lost when I became homeless because those years ago, because man, I'm starting to really miss it now, because I feel like when you're listening to something, whether you're listening to a cassette player, a CD player, a Walkman, a turntable, whatever it is, I just felt like you were consciously and intentionally choosing to listen instead of music being something that you're not putting a lot of effort into. It's just something you put on in the background while someone will browse their phone, scrolling through endless distractions. I mean, the thing with me is the only vice that I have when it comes to the internet is just YouTube. But even then, YouTube is becoming more and more of a pain in the ass, where that home page is nothing but devastation to your attention. And I mean, I already talked about that in the video I made called "The Algorithm is Brainwashing You." But, that very well also applies to music. That's why I've been wanting to go and buy an old iPod. Go look one up on eBay. There's this guy who's very popular, who might be given the credit for what I've been seeing in this much more positive, more fun side of the internet. Is I've been watching lots of videos of people, and especially this one guy from Australia. I don't know if he's from Australia or from New Zealand. You might already know who I'm talking about. But there's this guy named Dank Pods. And Dank Pods is this guy who... Dank Pods is this guy that his whole channel, or a good chunk of it, is dedicated to restoring or repairing, looking at old iPods, and I've been having a lot of fun with that. I just get blasted with a giant wave of nostalgia every single time I look at videos of people with their iPods, especially if you look at the iPod Nano second generation. I got one for my birthday in when I turned 13, 2007. That single-handedly helped me. Like, it was the iPod, or let's, to be more specific, the second generation iPod Nano, Guitar Hero 3, and Rock Band, and iTunes. That is what made me a musician. That's what made me a musician. Exactly, Jonathan. I remember keeping it as a kid, listening to the same CDs over and over again in my room. Exactly. I feel like that's what the world is missing right now. Because instead of a robot telling you this is the cool shit that you need to listen to, I miss the days when you would go to school and someone would tell you, oh my God, I just got an epiphany. That's where I need to work. I need to work at a fucking record store. Like, it's so obvious. Good Lord. 90s kids will remember this. I should have had a V8, or I could have had a V8, whatever the phrase was. Why did I not think of this earlier? I need to find the record stores in my area and apply to all of those. Ha! Damn. And everyone watching this live just now witnessed it. That's it. That's exactly what it is. If fucking Guitar Center won't hire me, then try again to apply to all the record stores. That's what I should have been doing this entire time once the Uber car broke down. That it is. There it is. That's exactly it. There we go. Step one of feeling better. Come up with a better idea of where I should work so that, you know, I have money to buy a bass amp, and eventually rebuild this. Rebuild all of these. Rebuild my cassette collection. So I can get the money, repair the Walkman, start the bass lessons, or watch bass lessons on YouTube, I should say. There it is. There we go. And you guys just saw it all happen live in my head. You want to see the cassettes? Sure. JK, I haven't heard of Geese before. Tell me more about Geese, because this is exactly what I want to be doing. I want to buy a CD. I want to buy a bunch of CDs. I want to put them, well, iTunes doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately. Now they just rebranded the whole thing as Apple Music, and I doubt that will work, but man, you're seeing me come up with a plan. Holy shit. I want to buy an old-ass Mac. I've never owned a Mac before, but I want to get an old one. An old one from maybe that's, I don't know, something where it still had like an old version from the anywhere from like 2000 to 2010. That way I know it will have an old version of iTunes built into it. That way I don't have to deal with compatibility issues and trying to deal, because I've heard that I haven't used I keep calling it iTunes even though they don't do that anymore. Or Apple Music. I have never installed the new version of iTunes, Apple Music on Windows, but I'm hoping that they got their shit together and fixed it, because towards the later years, like 2012, 2013, trying to use iTunes on Windows, on like Windows 7 or Windows 10, it was such a gigantic fucking pain in the ass. So I'd rather spend $50 on an old MacBook. I don't even know what it would have been called back then. Would it be called like Mac OS Snow Leopard or anything? I'm not familiar with Macs, but I'll tell you what sparked all this interest. So, and Bloomis, we will get to the cassettes. We absolutely will. But pretty much I've just been wanting to so it all started back when I watched, you can find it on YouTube. There's a video of a press conference, or a keynote, as they would have called it back then, where Steve Jobs presented the iPod for the very first time back in 2001. And while I never actually watched that presentation when it was new, of course, because, 2001, I would have only been 7 years old, but I was getting goosebumps all over, because it was just flooding back all the memories of using an iPod. And I didn't even know back then that they were all text. Like, it didn't have a color screen, because the first one I had was the second generation Nano, That was the only one that I used. And I remember plugging that thing in and just being blown away that, wow, I don't have to bring a CD player anymore. And I remember, 2007, my birthday, May 15, 2007, there was this bag in the house, and I remember my dad, like, as soon as I saw, it was an iPod Nano in silver. I remember my dad telling me, that definitely kicks the shit out of the CD player, huh? And I remember being so happy. But I remember for a while, I didn't put any music. I haven't put any music on it. But I remember one of my, I don't know where this guy is doing anymore at all, but I remember he was in my class in 2007. His name was Ricardo. I remember inviting him and Keanu, who, of course, if you've been watching the channel a long time, you guys will know my best friend Keanu, who has been my best friend now for, I want to say it's been, he's been my best friend for 26 years now. But anyways, I remember Ricardo from, when was it? Was it 7th grade or was it 8th grade? No, 6th grade. It was 6th grade. Yeah, I remember inviting those two over. And I remember he was walking me through how to download iTunes, sync everything up. And the first band that he told, and I don't even know why this became the first song that I ever decided to put on that iPod, but I asked Ricardo, what's a good song that I should add to my iPod? And he said, Jaron, a song that you need it's called Wings of a Butterfly by Him. I had no idea who they were, and I still actually don't know anything about the band. I think they're from Europe or something, but I remember enjoying that song, and I also remember, what else did I spend with that iTunes gift card? Because, man, there is something so exciting about paying $15. $15 on those iTunes gift cards. That was pure joy. I miss those days. Lakers Paradise, don't you dare say this topic is taking too long. If you don't like it, you can just stop watching. No one's forcing you to watch. But can you explain again the title of the live stream? So if you just joined, I was depressed after Ace Frehley died, who is one of my absolute heroes, the original lead guitar player from Kiss, an absolute icon, legend. Loved Ace Frehley. And it was a combination of that going towards some other things going on that I'm not going to talk about on camera, but that just got into my head. And I remember too not wanting to do this, but I kept telling myself, like, I had to use sheer willpower, force myself to get on here, because I told myself, if you're not going to live stream now, you're just going to continue to make excuses to not do it. So I said, I'm going to do it. And I could feel my body fighting myself every single step of the way. So when you see that thumbnail, you see that title, it's exactly how I was feeling throughout the last 48 hours. That's how you saw me. But when I said, and that's perfectly fine, because that means that's only temporary. And just now, when I got that epiphany that I want to work at a record store, use that as a part-time job to start funding being able to do my part in playing an unholy generation, as well as being able to just rediscover the joys of physical media music. So, Daniel T, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. You're seeing me progressively get in a better mood the more that this goes on. Welcome, Callum. Welcome. RJW, I'm so sorry to hear that. And took the house in Goldfish, huh? Damn. Manny says, you dressing up for Halloween? No, I'm not. I do have a Halloween shirt that I will wear. But, you know, I've been watching The Monster, the Ed Gein story. That show is supremely fucked up. It's like, yep, I totally get why Psycho and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Silence of the Lambs were all inspired by Ed Gein. I mean, I've heard that show is not accurate, but hey, it's a TV show. I get it. If you wanted to know the real details, I'm sure plenty of other documentaries telling the true story were made. But yeah, I remember Charlie Hunnam. He was in Pacific Rim. I knew that he was in Sons of Anarchy, but I never watched that show. Manny, yes, I've heard many things about Weapons, and I've heard that movie's absolutely amazing, because I know it has, oh god, I already forgot her name, but the woman who played the Silver Surfer in Fantastic Four, I know that her and god damn it, hey Google, who played the Silver Surfer in Fantastic Four First Steps? Julia Garner, that's her name. That's her name, yes. I know that she's in Weapons and Josh Brolin is in Weapons. I've heard it's probably like the best horror movie in a long time. Does it get dark where you live this time of year? I would say, Daniel, the sun starts to set at around, I would say around 7 p.m., whereas it didn't happen until like 7:30, 7:45 in the summer. That's how I know it's fall now. Oh, okay. That makes more sense why Josh is in it. He was also produced it. I see. Ugh, man. I need to just get this out of my system, all right? I gotta play some songs that Ace wrote. I'm not going to play the full thing, of course, because I don't want whoever Paul and Gene sold Kiss to make all the money off this live stream. But if you can just indulge me for a moment, I gotta play the first things I learned from Kiss, from Ace Frehley. That's shock me. That's all I can remember. What was another song that Ace wrote? He wrote, yeah, there was this one. Oh, how did it go? That's those were some riffs that Ace Frehley, the spaceman from Kiss, wrote. Shock Me, Cold Gin. Yeah. I think there was also another song called 2000 Man. I don't know if that was a song that Kiss wrote or Ace Frehley wrote it. I don't know if that was a cover, but Mini 5D, you can go fuck yourself. All right. Let's see here. All right, Bloomis, are you still here? Bloomis, you're still here. All right. All right, I'll show you my cassettes. I'll probably make a video about this later on. Get a separate video on this, but let's see here. I'll go from the oldest tape to the newest. The oldest tape that I own here is this. It would be Black Sabbath Technical Ecstasy. I forgot what year this was from. This is from... Oh, damn. Look at that. I don't know if the camera can focus on it, but that says 1976. And I don't own any Kiss cassettes. I don't own... That's the thing that sucks, is I don't own any Kiss albums. It's all in my old iTunes library, and I have no clue if I can ever restore that, because that was using an old email address. See, that's one thing I'm wondering about. See, it's like, I really want... Man, oh man. That could be a video idea. Can the Genius Bar at the Apple Store restore my old iTunes library? That would be interesting to do for a video. And this one, I actually haven't heard this yet. This is Jeff Beck with the Jan Hammer Group Live. This is from 1977. Yeah, I was right. This is from 77. You could tell, like, because tapes weren't clear yet because in cassette tapes in the 70s like this. All right. I know you're just Mini 5D. Like, creating a new account. Fucking motherfucker. It amazes me how much people really don't have any spare time at all. All right, the next we've got the Bangles all over the place. I wonder if yes, exactly. Sporting, babe. I'm glad that asshole's gone. This one is from 1984. The Bangles. Is it? Okay, so this one did not have Manic Monday on it. This is probably after that. So I'm guessing Manic Monday probably came out in the early 80s. I'm guessing. Yeah, Bangles, underrated band. And then here I have, and this is really special here. This is a tape that my dad this is a tape that my dad got in my dad record. This is the same motherfucker all over again. All right, mods, you know what to do. All right. Okay. I need some extra assistance here because I can already tell this is turning into a shit show. Daniel, if you're still here, you're a moderator, and I'll let you help too. Sporting Babe, you're a real person, I can tell. There we go. I made you a moderator as well. So pretty much when you're a moderator, you can click on messages from bullshit people and delete them. All right. Okay, so this is, before I was interrupted, this is George Carlin. That's a tape. That's my dad's handwriting. My dad got that from 1980. This was his copy that he recorded. Used Maxell tape on this. Let's see. This is, yeah. It's really cool to be able to hold stuff that my dad had. Helps me connect closer. All right. And then next up, I've got this one, who you guys already know. I'm a big fan. Phil Collins, No Jacket Required. Yeah, Sussudio, One More Night. Take Me Home. It's one of my favorite albums from Phil. It's from 1985, this one. Next up, we've got, I saw the episode with Lionel Richie on as a guest on Joe Rogan's podcast, and that got me interested in wanting to listen to this for the first time. Here's Lionel Richie dancing on the ceiling. Shante, Phil Moore, yes, Phil Collins is absolutely still alive. Let me see here. What's going on here? Got a sound coming in from Discord. All right. Yep, Bloomis. I love Against All Odds. That's my favorite song from Phil as well. But yeah, if you guys haven't heard this, Lionel Richie dancing on the ceiling, I can't recommend it enough. Lionel Richie is just, I mean, everyone already, I mean, I'm sure most people know who he is, but he is, or maybe people younger than me don't, but if you don't know Lionel Richie, listen to him as well as the Commodores. Fantastic stuff. All right, continuing on with Phil Collins here. I've got Genesis, Invisible Touch, from 1 year later after No Jacket Required. That's from, and I bought this for $2 at a record store. Heard of him from X Factor. Cool. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's a big problem with this tape where I don't know if you can see it in there on the other side, but you can kind of see what looks like a pink tape there in the window. It got really loose. And so this one has become unlistenable. And so I have no idea what to do with this one. So, unfortunately. Let me see. I had another one here. Yeah. What year did this one come out? When did this come out, man? this was 85. Okay, so here I got Run DMC, King of Rock. I bought this on eBay. It's from 1985. I gotta reorganize these. Run DMC, King of Rock. That one is from 84, right? So, yeah, I should. Man, this is tough. Put that there. And, man, but then I start to run out of room. Crap. Yeah, I really want to buy more. I bought this case, this container. This is from the Container Store. Like, it's an actual store called the Container Store. I found, like, this was the right size for storing some cassettes on here. But yeah, my favorite thing on here, though, is my dad's tapes that he recorded. Just copies, albums. Like this one, this is like was blank Maxell case. I have no clue what year this came from, but this is a metal tape, not heavy metal music, but as in like the actual tape itself is made out of metal, and I don't know if you can see it on there, but it says right on there, like it says, I don't know if we can zoom in on that. If it can, come on, focus. Focus. Come on. It says high position, so you would have to change the settings on the cassette player to listen to this. Like, because there's some tape decks or some Walkman. I love saying the word Walkman for plural. But this one, it just says solo rehearsals, duet rehearsals, so maybe my dad was singing with somebody. I don't know yet, because unfortunately, the only tape player I have that can sort of work is a very cheap one made by Jensen. Then I got this one. Oh, I already showed that one. Then I got, let's see here. This is, okay, so this is a special one because this is a mixtape my dad recorded this in 1989. Side A is Gloria Estefan, and side B is Kenny Loggins. Kenny Loggins, by far, is my dad's favorite artist of all time. So this is another metal tape here, but yeah, you can see it says Gloria Estefan, then Kenny Loggins. Oh, wait, was Sade on the... Oh, okay, never mind, Gloria Estefan. See, okay, so let's see. So, side A had Gloria Estefan, Bazia, I don't know how you pronounce that, and Sade. So he has 3 artists for side A, but side B is all Kenny Loggins. That's how you know that my dad was a big fan. Yeah, this is, and I don't know if you can see it, but it says... from February 14th, so Valentine's Day, 1989, when he made that. And then I got one more tape that my dad had. So I was 2 years old when he made this. You could see there that this is a tape he recorded where, someone let him borrow it and then he recorded a copy. That's... kind of like the tape equivalent of burning a CD. That's Stevie Ray Vaughan Live Alive. And, there's the songs on it. So as far as the actual pre-recorded albums that I own, this is one of my absolute favorites, and unfortunately they already had their whole farewell tour now. But this is Mr. Big. This has one of my absolute, like, just overall, like, just Paul Gilbert, Billy Sheehan, Pat Torpey, Eric Martin, just fucking phenomenal band. There we go, right there. Oh, well, you could even see them right there. That's Mr. Big. And yeah, this is 1989. And next is a tape that is very, very, very hard to find. And it was never released on CD, which is why I'm trying to be extra careful on this. But if those of you are familiar with Wendy and Lisa from Prince's band, The Revolution, they left The Revolution and made their own solo. They broke off as a solo act called Wendy and Lisa. It's called Eroica. And this one, is in very good condition. It's from 1990. There it is. Wendy and Lisa, Eroica. And you can see Wendy and Lisa right there. Right over there. Ultrament, but I love a lot of the music that James Gunn puts in Peacemaker and Guardians and Superman. And next up, we got over here, I paid $2 for this. This is the Eurythmics Greatest Hits. They have the song Sweet Dreams on here. Unfortunately, that's the only song I know from them. And let's see there, we got side 1 right there. And then we've got side 2 over here. Fresh Films, you have to be trolling with that. And I don't know why this is even on here, but it's there's a sticker on here from 104 KRBE, which is a radio station here in Houston. Which, unfortunately, they would never play stuff as good as Eurythmics. It's all modern crap now that 104.1 plays. Next up, we got, and this one is, okay, yeah, Here Comes the Rain Again. That's right. That was the second track on that album. So next we got Tears for Fears, Elemental. This one's kind of different because this is Tears for Fears, not in the 80s when they were making, Everyone Wants to Rule the World and Shout. This comes from, and this is it says CR02 on there. You can see that. It's kind of hard to focus there on these clear tapes, but it's a CR02 because it is chrome tape. You can see it's a different color at the bottom there, which is supposed to have better quality than the standard ferro tapes. And yeah, this is Elemental from 1993, which I still haven't heard this one yet either. So I have to listen to Tears for Fears and Eurythmics. Okay, next up, we've got Ice-T. Oh, Jesus Christ! I spilled iced tea. It still looks fine. Yeah, it looks fine. So this is actually a later tape. It says iced tea from 1999. Oh, goddamn. I hope I really didn't fucking hurt it. Shit. You know what? YouTube's gonna flag me for it, but now I'm concerned that I fucked that one up. Now I need it. Hang on. Let me make sure. Just now I'm concerned with that one. So this is the player that I got. It's the only one I have that works. Because now I need to listen to it to make sure that it didn't get fucked up. Yeah, that's the only thing that I've ever listened to from Ice-T. I know Ice-T's got a popular song called 6 in the Morning. I've never heard that one. Maybe that could be something to make a reaction to. There's just something I love about listening to hip-hop on a cassette tape. That just... Hang on. Side A. Let's make sure that... Alright. Of course, hang on. I just want to make sure it works. Let's put it down here. Alright. RJW used the Force to knock down the Ice-T tape. God damn, RJW, what did you do? Ah, fuck, is it? Oh, man, I don't think it's playing. Shit, man. I only got to hear this like one time in 2019. Or, hang on. Oh, never mind. Okay. Okay, that works. Thank God. RJW, you are hilarious. Okay, but one thing... Wait, where did the... Oh, shit. Where did the case go? I feel like... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. What happened to the... Please tell me... Oh, thank God. Okay. It is still here. For a second, I thought I lost the case. So at least I know my Ice-T tape works. Actually, while it's out here, I want to make sure... Let me make sure Side A. Let me fast forward that. There we go. Now I can just... Oh, wait a second. I'm supposed to put it in the other side. Yep, side B, and then fast forward that. See, this is what we had to do back in the day. People who are, you know, people who were born after the year 2000. Efren says, my favorite Kiss member has always been Paul Stanley, but sad to see Ace Frehley has passed away. Damn. Yeah. Ace was always my favorite in the band. Sporting Babe, are you a fan of Kiss or Ace Frehley? Or any of that stuff? Total fan. All right. What's your favorite song from them? Okay. All right. Hey, so anyone that wants to, I feel like now, while I'm waiting for that tape to fast forward all the way, I feel like now would be a good time. Hang on, come on. I feel like, wait, that's a long tape. I feel like now would be a good time. Wait, man, it's been so long. Where the hell do you, oh, there it is. I remember now. Anyone here who's not in the Discord? So, let me see here. So, yeah, like Ferris, like the real people that are in here. Ferris, Ultraman, Efren, Sporting Babe, RJW. I think RJW's already in the chat room. I mean, in the Discord server here. There you go, guys. Oh, JK's already in there? All right, good. Well, anyone who's not in there so that everyone can talk to each other whenever I'm not live streaming, you can... All right. Ferris, Efren, Ultraman. You guys can join. You know what? I need to give a... Hang on. Okay, I think that the tape has been rewinding or fast forwarding long enough. Oh, it actually hasn't. Damn, that's a long ass tape. Okay, so it's not done yet. Huh. Wait. Where am I? I have to go on. Yep. Side B and fast forward that all the way. Come on. There we go. All right. Yeah, Efren, that's what I saw as well. That they sold the band for, Paul and Gene sold Kiss for $1 billion. Oh, wait, Sporting Babe, you watched Glee. Okay, if you watched Glee, does that mean... So you should know Grant Gustin and Melissa Benoist then, because they ended up playing The Flash and Supergirl on the CW. Because I'm really curious about the Supergirl movie next year, because I really enjoyed Supergirl on the CW. But if you saw Superman, I have a feeling that the Supergirl movie is going to be pretty good. Well, Sporting Babe, I don't have a bass at all. Or I don't own one yet. You're not into DC? Okay. Old school. Well, I mean, DC started in the 1930s, so they are old school technically. Ferris, the band is going well. Max is on a trip to Mexico right now, and he'll be back in January. So once Max is back, we're going to start rehearsing and start playing shows. Oh, you like the old DC stuff, I see. Okay, come on. Okay. Let me see here. Oh, it's almost done. Yeah, because by 1999... Danny Elfman's cool. I love his Batman theme. His score for the Pee-wee movies were pretty good. And I liked, and what else did he do? Oh, and the Beetlejuice score is pretty good as well. Yeah, 1992. Yeah, that was Batman Returns. But yeah, the first movie came out in 89. All right. So, yep, that is... There we go. All right. Freshly done tape. Okay. So now I can put that back. Okay, so we got iced tea. Put that back. And then I ended up finding some tapes that are new, or new-ish. Like, this is from 2019. This is from like an independent label that releases their artists on cassette. Whoops, I can't see the camera. There we go. This is the Balloons pop music. That's pretty good. And then there was another one here called Home by Midtown Dickens. I enjoyed that one. Then there's the album Criminal by The Soft Moon. I don't really know much about it. And of course, every person that has tapes needs to own the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack. There it is. And then we're almost done with tapes. Next I've got this album's called Pure Comedy by Father John Misty. He's a great singer. So if you need to know how to reply to specific people, you just type in @ sort of like the way it works on Twitter. Type in @ and then start to type in the username, and that's how you'll get there. JK, well, thank you for joining the stream. Yeah, there it is. So notice this is from Sub Pop, which is the same label that signed Nirvana and Soundgarden originally. It's kind of interesting. It's a purple tape. I'd love to listen to all of these once I get my actual Walkman repaired. And then, of course, I got Nirvana Bleach. This is a newer one, so this is not like an original from the 80s. It's like one of the newer reissues. There it is. Yeah, that's pretty interesting, Sporting Babe. I've never talked to anyone that does paranormal stuff. And then I've got this one, which is also from Sub Pop. This is Beach House Depression Cherry. They kind of remind me of like a psychedelic rock band from the 60s, but even though they're newer, their first album came out back in 2008. But I love the singer from Beach House. She's got a fantastic voice. And the guitar player comes up with some cool stuff as well. And they use a lot of synthesizers and organs. And then I bought and this is probably the newest tape, but this is from the Bohemian Rhapsody soundtrack, but it's just it's a compilation of a bunch of different Queen songs that are on here. Unfortunately, I don't have own an actual album from Queen. I would love to someday. All right. So those are my cassettes. All right. Do I have any Fleetwood Mac? I've got some Fleetwood Mac vinyl records. I've got some of them. Like I have Fleetwood Mac Live from, I don't know what year it is, but my dad had it. And it's probably laying around somewhere. And then I also have a copy of the album Tusk that my dad had from Fleetwood Mac. But yeah, pretty much I am just, I love listening to my dad's cassettes and his records. Feels like I can stay closer to him. Okay. Also, I am currently in the middle of watching Friends. for the first time, and it took a while for me to get into it, but I love the show now. Because before, I was thinking, I'm not really laughing at this as hard as I am at Seinfeld, but it wasn't until season 9. Not season 9. What the hell am I saying? Season 1, episode 9. Man, I forget the name of the episode. What was the exact name of the episode? Friends, season 1, episode 9. What is it called? What is it called? Oh, the one. Wait. Was it that one? No, I don't think it was this one. No. Episode 9. That's the, man, that was the Thanksgiving episode. That was pretty good. It was it episode 10? Okay, now I'm forgetting. Was it episode 10? I think it was this one. Yeah, the one called The One with the Monkey. Pretty sure. Oh, no. That's the one with Hank Azaria as the guest. I feel like that was like the most baller way to ask someone out in that episode. So, every episode. But fuck. That New Year's Eve episode was great, but I felt like that episode when Phoebe was in the middle of performing, and then you see everyone starting to get bored with the song, and then Phoebe interrupts those two people in the table. It's crazy. I love that episode. And then Hank Azaria, who's the same guy that does the voice of Moe and Professor Fink in The Simpsons, he just gets up and tells Phoebe that, she's the most beautiful woman he's ever seen. I thought that's like damn, that's a cool way to fucking announce it. But damn, but of course, that's a small coffee shop. But pretty much, damn, RJW, that almost sounds like some shit Ross or Phoebe would go through. Can you tell, oh, Jesus Christ, can you tell my dead wife I still hate her guts and I found out about the affair with my dad? Jesus Christ. Man, I can't even imagine shit like, oh, good gravy. I'm so sorry. Oh, okay. If you know stuff about the paranormal, Sporting Babe, do you know about the Clown Hotel in Nevada, or the Clown Motel in Nevada? I saw some videos of that. That was some pretty spooky stuff. Where they have, I heard it's like one of the most haunted hotel. I need to stop saying hotel. It's one of the most haunted motels in America. What's going on here? You're very familiar with it. Have you been there yourself? Oh, there isn't much paranormal activity there. Well, I mean, I'm seeing some stuff there that where I would never want to sleep there ever. Oh. But, you know, I've seen stuff where people will take paranormal. You've been there once? Nothing happened? Huh. Nothing happened. Okay. So do you think most of the videos about that stuff are fake? I mean, because I've seen YouTube videos that look pretty convincing. But, yeah, and I've seen videos on, like, the Queen Mary, like that old ship, and I've heard of people seeing some activity there. I think there was also another hotel in that same exact town where the Clown Motel is. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. It definitely feels like it comes from someplace real. Yeah. Man, I'm glad I decided to live stream today because it's definitely helped improve my mood back to somewhat normal. But yeah, I feel like Friends has been a real comfort show these last couple of days. Well, I know RJW Paranormal is pretty much stuff when it comes to ghosts. I don't know too much more about it, but sounds like Sporting Babe's an expert. Yep, I remember hearing about that. The old burial grounds, for sure. So, Sporting Babe, who's your favorite character on Friends? Because I would say my favorites, you know, it could change, but so far my favorites are Chandler and Phoebe. I mean, I like all of them, but if there was a gun to my head and I had to pick like one guy and one girl from Friends, I'm picking RJW coming in with the Always Sunny reference. Oh, you can't stand Ross. Okay. Because I'm only on season 1 right now. I think I'm on season 1, episode 18. I feel like there's a lot of people who I never ever see Monica get brought up at all. But the only knowledge I have is Courtney Cox is from the Scream movies. That's the only thing I saw her in before that. Like, I know who she is. So, like, pretty much Courtney Cox and Jennifer Aniston were the only people I knew of before watching it. A tie between the girls for me. Okay, cool. Yeah, I love Chandler. And it just fucking sucks that I didn't start watching Friends until after Matthew Perry passed away. I mean, I'm neutral on Ross. I don't hate him. I don't love him. He's Ross. But also, because I saw the episode when George Clooney was a guest, when George Clooney was a guest, and then I saw, but the one that made me, I was almost in fucking tears watching it, was the episode when, what's his name? The episode when John Lovitz was there, when he was, opening a restaurant and wanted Monica to be the head chef to test out recipes, but he was high when he got there, and he only cared about the fucking, Cheerios and gummy bears. That was probably the one guest appearance that I could not stop laughing at. But I thought it was also pretty interesting that Joey wanted to date Ursula, Phoebe's twin. And you could tell, like, just how limited the technology was at that time. The way that Ursula and Phoebe, of course, they're both played by Lisa Kudrow, but you could see, it was 1995. They didn't exactly have the camera work or the CGI or the technology to do it, because these days there's lots of movies and TV shows where they have the same actor or actress playing two characters. Oh yeah, Sporting Babe. I remember that. But I thought the episode when Ross went on his first date in 9 years, but you saw they were at a Benihana, but then you saw the part when I don't know her name, but when Ross's ex-wife and her girlfriend was there, but then her girlfriend had to leave to go do something for work. And then you saw that she was all alone, and then he wanted to sit next to him. But I love that Ross just sat up and said, "Oh, these people will move." But I love that speech by the end that he was saying when he just wanted to get back together with her. Like, that was some damn good acting. Yeah, they didn't have all the camera angles. That's right. Yeah. Hey, Sporting Babe, this is cool. You're the first person I can talk about Friends with. Because I've just been fucking stuck here doing fucking nothing. It's nice to hear from another Friends fan, but I'm sure that there's plenty of people who are Friends fans. Because I feel like Friends is that show that everyone just knows, and I feel like I'm one of the few that hasn't sat down and watched the whole thing. But of course, 1994, I was just born when Friends started. I was only like a few months old, because I think it started in like September of 1994. So I was only just born back then. You were surprised by all the Mexicans who loved the show Friends, but they didn't even know English. I mean, there was that one moment on the show where the monkey ruined, I forgot Ross's monkey's name, but they turned on the TV and they forgot that it was they changed the audio where all the shows were only in Spanish. So I'm wondering if all the shows they would watch, I wonder what they would have thought of that episode. Yeah, but now I'm going to be sad whenever I watch the reunion special when I'm done watching the series, because the one very eerie thing in that reunion special that I remember seeing a clip of is Matthew Perry said, "I hope that this isn't the last time we're all together." And yet it was. So that sucked to see. It's like you watching a documentary in another language, all subtitles. Yeah, I get that. Hey, Sporting Babe, you can join the Discord so you can keep chatting with me or other people. Like whenever. Yeah. Or I think he might, or I don't know if it was him saying that. It might have been somebody else, but, yeah. I mean, yeah, so far, my favorite TV comedies I've seen are Always Sunny, Seinfeld, and Friends. I'm enjoying those three now. Oh, you don't use Discord often? Okay. Okay. Because if there's any way, like, people want to reach me, that would be the best place to do it. Just now clicking a button that says wave. Wave to say hi. Okay, did that work already? Did I click on everyone? Yes, I did. Okay. Oh, you wrote a message on Discord? Hang on. Was it? Is it the... Man, I haven't used Discord in a while, too, because, general chat? Was it the general chat? Okay. Yeah, my computer's getting old. Yeah, if you sent me a message, I can't see it. Spam. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Call of Duty. RJW says, I despise Moon. I don't know what that means. I mean, the zombies mode can be fun. I only ever played it on Black Ops 1, the first Black Ops. Hey, Simon tipped $1. Oh, fuck. Hey, Simon, thank you for the $1, but I am under no obligation to answer that troll message. Moon is a zombies map. Okay. Yeah, so the thing with me is I'm just The only way I could play that is on the Xbox Series S that I've got. And I'm so pissed off at what Microsoft is doing with increasing their prices with Game Pass and their consoles. I'm on a, right now, like, until they do something to change my mind right now, I'm on a full Xbox boycott right now. So I'm just waiting to get my PS5 back from the pawn shop. Mob of the Dead is your favorite map. Okay. Yeah, those wouldn't remember those at all. Yeah, because I'm not a multiplayer person. When it comes to me in video games, I am just a single player person. Musab says, I like the hair. Thank you. I'm just, I've been growing it. I haven't gotten a haircut in 2 years, and now that I'm in a band, it makes more sense to just continue to keep it. Yeah, except you can see the parts where I'm thinning. I'm just, I'm in the middle of taking minoxidil and dutasteride to hopefully get my hair back to its prime years. I say you play multiplayer all the time. The only multiplayer I'm really a fan of is playing locally. Like, that's why I had such a fun time playing the N64 with my friends, playing Mario Party, stuff like that. Or if we play like an NBA game, baseball or something. Oh, no, sporting babe. I am a bass player too. I do play the bass. Like, I think maybe you might have been referring to that video called I'm in a Band Again. It was probably that one. Favorite Mario sports game, Manny? That would be the original Mario Tennis on the N64. I love that one. I had so many hours of fun playing that. And those of you might be wondering, why am I looking like this way? Because this is where the chat room is, where I'm reading it. Oh, yeah, of course, RJW. That was, I think Mario and Tennis was the first ever Mario sports game. I could be wrong on that, because I think it was either Mario Tennis or Mario Golf were the first two ones that they ever made. But, yeah, you fell asleep to me rocking out on bass, and it made you pick your guitar back up. Cool. No, Layla. What I'm saying is it's okay to not feel great because it's only temporary. Because emotional states of mind, they are only ever temporary. Because you can already see, like, I'm getting back to my normal self again. But when this stream started, I wasn't feeling great because I went through a lot of stuff. See, context is everything. And you gotta love the fucking trolls where all they will do is read the title or look at the thumbnail, assume what the video is about, and then they'll keep... Thank you, Simon, for the $1. I appreciate it. Oh, Maddie, you better fucking believe I'm going to stream that Wolverine game when it comes out. Hell yes. Like, my top 3 most anticipated games of 2026, it's got to be 007 First Light, Insomniac's Wolverine, and of course, GTA 6. Those would be the 3 games. I'm going to make sure I buy those and I play those and I stream those day one for sure. Jockey says, love you, bro. Have a good week. Feel better. Thanks, Jockey. I appreciate that. Oh, Sporting Babe, you didn't know? Holy shit! Hang on, let me show you. Let me send you the link. Let me send you the link. So, Wolverine. So pretty much, if you ever played the Spider-Man games on PlayStation, the ones made by Insomniac, the creators that those same Spider-Man games. Hang on. Sporting Baby, you have to watch this. You have to watch this. If you are a cheerleader for Wolverine, you got to watch that. You got to watch that because it is just amazing. Like, if that trailer doesn't make you want to go out and buy a PS5, nothing will. Because the game will come out in fall next year. Sasha, I have not played the remake of Metal Gear Solid 3, but I did play the original one. I played it on the PS2. But Sporting Babe, if you want to get more, mutant powers never kicked in like they were supposed to. Well, the X-Men are coming back in the new Avengers movies. For Avengers Doomsday, Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, James Marsden, Rebecca Romaine, Alan Cumming. They're all coming back. That original X-Men cast. I don't think it's every single one of them, but a good chunk of them will be back. So I'm hyped for that. For sure. Absolutely, for Avengers Doomsday. The Fox world and the current MCU colliding, it's going to be glorious. I have not watched the Marvel Zombies series yet. I haven't seen it yet. How is it? Is it any good? Yeah, Sporting Babe. You gotta, yeah. See, this is why you gotta watch my channel, because I'll keep, well, I mean, I haven't made those types of videos in a while, but yeah, I keep up with what's going on with the movies. Marvel. Oh, yeah. The way they referenced Spider-Man and Peacemaker, it was so funny. I'm not spoiling anything if you haven't seen it, Manny, but it was pretty damn funny. Oh, well, it's the old actors. So, like Professor X, Magneto, Mystique, Nightcrawler, Cyclops, they're coming back in Avengers Doomsday. Like, if you weren't hyped before, you gotta get hyped now. And of course, Robert Downey Jr. playing Dr. Doom. I can't wait to see what that will look like. Yeah, Rigoberto, it's okay to not feel great because those are only temporary. I see. Well, I mean, Sporting Babe, you're kind of missing out on some stuff. Like, it's because DC is starting all over again with James Gunn at the helm. Like, I don't know if you ever saw Guardians of the Galaxy, but the guy in charge of that is running DC right now. and he directed a new Superman movie that was amazing. And then he created Peacemaker, which is also amazing. Well, RJW, that's your opinion. In my opinion, I love Tom Holland as Spider-Man. He's my favorite actor for Spider-Man. Oh, they announced a new Lego Batman movie. Is that a movie or a new game? Oh, wait, I think I heard about that. They're doing a Lego Batman game, right? I think I might have seen that a while ago. Well, John Cena is playing Peacemaker, and guess what? That show proved that John Cena is a great actor. Truly. Like, you see, it's like you can't judge a book by its cover. You gotta love oh God. See, because I know that if you would just give it a chance, it will be much better than you think it will be. Oh, I see. So it's like Arkham. Oh, okay. Yeah. But if you ever try out HBO Max, I recommend it. I recommend. Yeah. There's the Suicide Squad, and then there's Peacemaker season 1, then Superman, and Peacemaker season 2. That's all you need to be caught up. Oh, I've never played any games on VR at all. I never tried them out. Mm. Ah, yeah, the MetaQuest 3. I think I tried the HTC Vive, I think it was called. I remember trying it out at the Microsoft store. I don't know if there's any Microsoft stores that are still open, but I remember in like 2015 trying one of those out where you're throwing snowballs at elves as a tech demo, and it was pretty cool. But the thing with me is because I've got prescription glasses and I can't see without them, I wouldn't know how it works. Manny, I wouldn't hold my breath for a Marvel and DC movie. Now that James Gunn is at the helm at DC, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but that would be a copyright licensing nightmare, because DC is Warner Brothers, Marvel is Disney. Oh, they have instructions for those who wear glasses. Okay, I see. Yeah, Spider-Man reference, Peacemaker gave you a glimmer of hope. Yeah. If you needed glasses, they'd be broken by now. Just couldn't. Yeah. Well, the problem with me is I'm extremely nearsighted. I can't see shit. Like, even reading the titles on YouTube, I can't read them at all. And I need new ones too, because the lights are really bright. just looking at light bulbs or looking at like headlights at cars at night, like they really fuck up my vision now. Exactly. That's the problem, Manny. It has to be so well done. And I just don't know how that could work. Really. I mean, of course, if they were ever to do a DC movie, then it would be, well, of course, you would get Batman, but yeah. I feel like the easiest one to cross over would bring Superman with a Marvel character or Batman, but lots of people would probably want to see Spider-Man. Crossover into DC, and that would be a logistical nightmare because Spider-Man film rights are with Sony, but they have to go through Sony and Marvel and Warner Brothers. I don't know, man. That just feels like too many egos, too many CEOs saying, I want it to be done this way. And then they would be saying, no, I want it to be done this way. And butting heads. I wouldn't hold my breath for it. You would forget that. It's funny because Sporting Babe, I've been wearing glasses since I was 9 years old and I'm 31. Like, it's a, you get used to it rather quickly. Like, it's like, okay, time to take a shower. You take them off, put them back on. It's really, yeah, you got to have some confidence in yourself. And from me saying that, that's, yeah. Well, you better hope that they send you to to Professor Xavier's school. So I'm just going to assume, Sporting Babe, that are the X-Men your favorite Marvel property? Sounds like it, just based off your references and stuff. Is that obvious? Yeah. Yeah, it seems like everyone else already left. Okay, yeah. Because they will make, you have a Dream Hero crossover? I mean, not really. Um, I mean, hell, if fucking what? If Iron Man and Batman ever met each other, that would be pretty cool to see, knowing that, they're both rich billionaires. Yeah, I mean, if there was an Iron Man and Batman crossover, that would be cool. But Spider-Man has always been my favorite Marvel character. But the next movie, it's going to have... So the next Spider-Man movie coming out next year, that I think they either are filming or already finished filming it. It's going to have the Hulk and the Punisher in it, which it'll be exciting to see John Bernthal's Punisher finally in movie theaters. Because I absolutely love I love John Bernthal as the Punisher. That's just perfect casting. Like, if you've ever watched Daredevil, it's just, oh man, shit. If you like Sporting Babe, if you want to talk about like Marvel TV shows, I would say just watch Daredevil. I would say you can start with Daredevil and then watch season 1 of then there's 2 seasons of The Punisher, and then you can watch the new series they did, the revival, Daredevil Born Again. Oh, you did see Daredevil. Okay, you have seen it. All right. Okay, so when you say you haven't seen the new Marvel stuff, I guess there's a cutoff, so I'm guessing maybe you haven't seen anything from Marvel this decade, probably. Oh, hey, well, yeah, you like Elektra more? Okay. Yeah, Elodie Young did a great job as Elektra in season 2. Oh, so you saw the Daredevil one with Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner? Oh, damn. Man, because lots of people say that Daredevil movie was horrible. I myself have never seen it, so I couldn't judge it. But yeah, I mean, that movie did introduce me to Evanescence, and they are one of my favorite bands. I haven't heard them in a while, but I do enjoy Evanescence. I mean, Amy Lee is a phenomenal singer. But anyone with ears can see that. I mean, fuck me. Anyone with ears can hear that. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and use that, Manny. But yeah, what I want to do eventually is I've got a Sony Walkman from the 90s that doesn't work. I bought that on eBay and it wasn't working. The best is Evanescence was played, excuse me, they were played in a SpongeBob episode? Oh, anyone with eyes can see that. Yeah. That was the scene when they were doing those they were blowing SpongeBob and Patrick were blowing bubble messages, and then Squidward came in with his souffle. I don't know what the hell he was eating, but Squidward came in and started like corrupting them. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, Squidward used like a fork or something. I don't think he had a spatula. But I remember that was the episode when SpongeBob and Patrick didn't want to be friends, and they were both trying to be Squidward's friend. And then, yeah, because I remember Squidward was choking, and then Patrick saved him. And then they made them friends again by constantly serving them sparkling water. And then they both like got fat and blew up and then destroyed Squidward's house. I remember that. You're dying at the idea of an Evanescence song in SpongeBob. Well, I don't know if you knew this, but Pantera was in a they actually did a score for a SpongeBob episode. And it was the one where like Sandy and SpongeBob were doing like the extreme sports things, like finding the hay in the needle stack, if you remember that episode. Like they were playing some Pantera instrumentals in it. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Yes, the one where you heard a lot of like hard rock, heavy metal, like guitar riffing. That was Pantera. That was the real Pantera. Like they really got Dimebag Darrell, Rex Brown, and Vinnie Paul to do all of that. Which is insane because now whenever I listen back to it, it makes perfect sense. Like that's totally them. Like whoever, but when I was a kid watching that, I had no idea who Pantera was, so it didn't register with me. But now when I go back and I listen to that, yeah, that was Pantera for real. Like if you go, like Sporting Babe, if you go back and you watch that episode, it will say featuring music from Pantera. Yeah. But yeah, it was all instrumental. Your childhood just got so much cooler. Well, it's good to know we both grew up on SpongeBob. We both have kind of similar tastes in music, but if you just try with DC, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with their new offerings. Yeah, unfortunately, they don't make music like that no more, but I have faith that there's some good new bands out there. Spider-Man magic cards. Oh, wait, I don't know if I think I might remember what you're talking about. Like the ones where they have different images, like when you shine them in the light and you turn them at different angles. Manny, I think I do remember seeing those early when I was younger. Yeah, for sure. Man, you just unlocked some memories I haven't seen and heard of in ages, man. Shit. Oh, Magic the Gathering, you mean? Okay, I didn't know about that. Okay. Oh, really? You didn't like X-Men Apocalypse? I mean, some people had issues with it. I mean, I didn't hate it. There's another person that only reads the title and thumbnail and doesn't understand what's going on. You didn't like who's see, it's so funny because I just keep calling her Sophie Turner because I've never seen Game of Thrones, but Sansa, okay, I see. But I will say, like, she is a good example of why I like redheads, though. I will say that. Did you ever see the clip where she was playing this game of where she was drinking shots with Conan O'Brien, and then she would slap him? That was pretty funny. I mean, Sporting Babe, I always mention Emma Stone as another great example for me. God damn it. It's fucking itchy. God. See, it's like I can never win. Like, everyone will always make fun of me when I shave for saying I look too young, and then they'll make fun of me whether I grow a beard or not, because problem is I have extremely sensitive skin, so when I shave, I get like really bad rashes all around here, and then I can't stop scratching at them. And even now, like, even when I stop shaving to let the skin heal, it'll still get itchy again. Like, sucks. If you're able to use regular products without trying to find the ones that say fragrance free or having to go to the natural section, consider yourself lucky that you get to save a shit ton of money. Hey, well, Diego, being able to talk with guys, with people like Sporting Babe and Manny's been helping a lot, helping me get back. But pretty much when I say not feeling great, and that's perfectly okay, what I meant by that title was, that's perfectly okay because it's only temporary. You know, emotional states that we're in are never permanent. Just like you could see it through the course of this stream, I was feeling pretty down for reasons I will not talk about on camera, but then, and so I wasn't doing anything on YouTube for, I think it's been a couple days or more, or maybe a week. And then I came back and I told myself, if I don't get on here and live stream, I'm going to continue to make excuses to not do it. And I did it, and guess what? My mood got better. You just shave. Wait a minute. Whoa. Hold up, JK. Are you trying to say that you shave with fucking nothing? Fucking nothing? Now, okay, if you're using like an electric razor, that would make sense because you could use those. But if you're just using a regular cartridge razor or a safety razor and going through it without doing anything, man, that reminds me of Wesley Snipes when he shaved his beard off in The Expendables 3. It's kind of a obscure random reference, but okay, you do use electric. Okay. All right, then. That makes sense. I've never tried an electric razor because I didn't want to spend the money on one. But okay, Matei, we only speak English in this chat room. All right, you've been warned. You do it again, you're out of here. I said to check on something. You can speak English. Okay. That's all I ask. IA says, well, I wasn't feeling great at the beginning of the stream just because I was feeling depressed. Just stuff going on, and finances. And then one of my heroes, Ace Frehley from Kiss, died, and that didn't help. But I will say, you want to know what brought me back a little bit? I've been watching Friends for the first time. And I've also been watching, lots of clips of Ace Frehley to remember him. And I've been remembering some Kiss songs on the guitar. Yeah. So, and then I told myself, I'm going to live stream, because if I don't, I'll keep making more excuses to not make stuff for YouTube. And I brought myself back on it. Who's my favorite Friends character? Well, right now, I'm on season 1, episode 19. And so far, my favorite character is Chandler. Well, I would say if you want to split it up between the guys and the girls, my favorite male character is Chandler. My favorite female character is Phoebe. That could change, but so far, I love Chandler because he's just fucking hilarious, and Phoebe is like a special kind of wacky that just really makes me laugh. And I also found, fun little trivia fact I found out is that Lisa Kudrow and Conan, they used to date before Conan met his wife, before Lisa met her husband. Like, they were a couple. Like, I think they were a couple, like, when Late Night with Conan O'Brien just started out in the 90s. I could be wrong on that timeline. I don't know. I just found that was an interesting fun fact. But you know what I love, though, about Conan and Lisa Kudrow's relationship? They are still best friends to this day. And Lisa is good friends with Conan's wife. Conan is good friends with Lisa's husband. Like, I think that's just beautiful to see. Because sometimes it can suck, whenever you see like people who are exes and they're always nasty with each other. I loved seeing something positive come out of that they could still, even when after they broke up, they could still be friends and still have love and respect for each other. I think that's an amazing thing to see, and I honestly think the world needs a shit ton more of that. Wait, no, Ferris, you got that wrong. Chandler is Matthew Perry. Ross was played by David Schwimmer. David Schwimmer is the one who plays the giraffe. The guy who plays Ross, that's the one in Madagascar. But I get what you mean, because that was my first exposure to David Schwimmer too. But then I saw him when they were doing that play for the producers on Curb Your Enthusiasm, when Ben Stiller got injured and he couldn't do it. So David Schwimmer filled in, and so it was Larry David and David Schwimmer. Oh, Ferris. Okay. So Ferris, Ross is your favorite. Okay. Almate, thanks for the compliment. You said you like my hair. Thank you. Been growing it for 2.5 years. Actually, no, not 2. It's been 2 years. Wait, so it was May. My last haircut was May 2023. Yeah, May 2023. So it's been 2 years so far. And IA says the last stream you mentioned that you felt motivated to exercise after reading my donation. Have you started? So I've been walking around my neighborhood. It's just getting over that damn subconscious laziness. But I have been going outside and walking way more often than I was before. But I have noticed that it does help. Absolutely. So, yes. And by the way, I thank you so much for that. Well, it was 50 British pounds, but that's $40 American. So thank you. I appreciate that a lot. I just need to refresh the dashboard on YouTube. Would my hair ever get shorter? Maybe. But right now, I like having long hair. Just have to check something really quick. Okay, guys. Yeah, I'm not seeing any new messages. Oh, there we go. There we go. Is the U.S. a good country to visit? Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a vague question. I mean, if you wanted to go to Texas, Houston, Austin, Dallas, San Antonio, I mean, I feel like those are great places to have a great time, but just be careful with the humidity if you're not used to it. Is it true there is a lot of racism? I mean, there are some small towns with racist assholes for sure. Yeah, but that's not the majority of people here. See, because sometimes those stereotypes can be very damaging. But yeah, some of it, pretty much the only thing that I can tell you, Cactus Jack, is there is one town that is the most racist town in Texas. It's called Vidor. That's spelled Vidor. Don't ever go there. There are a lot of racist pieces of shit in that town. And trust me, I know. Because I hated that my electric car that I was renting got stuck there. And it's so funny because at the time I didn't know, but now that I do know, I pray that I never get stranded there ever again. But I myself have never experienced it. But they would not be happy with me being over there, me being half Asian. But Cactus Jack, if you ever want to visit Texas, come to Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, Fort Worth, the major cities, or Austin. You go there, you'll have a great time. It's just some of the small towns kind of have to be wary of, but Vidor is the worst one. For sure. God. Man. Lakers Paradise. This is not my grandma's house. It's not a house. It's a mobile home. It's a rental. And my name and my aunt's name are on it. It's my aunt. How would you do in Austin as a black guy? I feel like Austin is a town that's... Austin is... I mean, I'm pretty sure Austin is like the most progressive town or city in Texas. I mean, you're not going to have any problems in Austin. That's for sure. Austin, Houston, Dallas, San Antonio. If you're in the major... see, that's the thing I can't stand about the Texas stereotypes. Texas is great as long as just... let's just say I wouldn't want to get lost at 2 a.m. in small towns where there's a bunch of mobile homes and no lights. But Austin is great. I love Austin. Like, I want to move to Austin one day because that's the place where there are endless amounts of places to perform, both for stand-up comedy and as well as... just being a musician. I feel like it would be much easier to just meet people and network with people because the area of Houston that I live in, or I should say the Houston metro area, it's very, very, very rural here. I only lived here by choice. I mean, not by choice because it's the only place I could afford. You still imagine Texas like the movies from 1970? Well, you gotta stop that. Watch some videos today. I mean, actually, you know what, Cactus Jack? You should watch some videos of some British people visiting Austin. Like, those are some of my favorite videos to watch. Seeing British people visit America for the first time. Just give me a second. Oh, God, what the hell was that guy's name? His name was Jack, I think. Jack Ainsley. There it was. There he is. Yeah. Jack Ainsley. Type in Texas. Here you go. Cactus Jack, watch this. There you go. Do I support the Rockets? Yes, I do. Absolutely. I've been following the Rockets since 2020. Since I started watching the NBA again and just seeing them start to get better and better and better. Especially now we've got Kevin Durant. I'm very excited and looking forward to this season. At first, I was bummed out that we had to lose Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks, but now that I've been watching these preseason games, I've been more and more excited about the upcoming season. Oh, whoops. Nope. I do not want that to play. Ha! Of course, that motherfucker doesn't have any content. Shit talkers, you gotta love them. Sorry, I was just taking care of business, dealing with some asshole. Ferris, I'm a big Roman Reigns fan. I absolutely am. Roman Reigns is what brought me to the modern WWE, because I only started watching last year. So I am a big fan of the OTC. I mean, Matei, there's plenty of good places in the US. I mean, lots of them I would love to visit. I've just never been there. I would love to visit New York City and Chicago and Boston and Philadelphia. There's like, I really want to look at the East Coast because I've never been there ever. Like the only places I've ever traveled to are just, being within Texas, going to Louisiana, and years ago, like I went to California and that was it. And I went to Arizona and Las Vegas. So yeah, I went to Phoenix and I went to Las Vegas when I was like 4 years old, but that's the only traveling I've ever done. Kovalgov, I'm doing better than I did at the beginning of the stream. But welcome. I mean, Cactus Jack, I don't really play a lot of horror games. No, I was not a mouth breather growing up. The fuck is that sound? Huh. Silent Hill F. Is that the newest one that just came out recently? Yeah, I haven't. Is that the newest one? It is the new one. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I think if I were ever to play Silent Hill, I would play the remake of 2 first. Hope you're doing better. I have to go. Try to catch you next time. All right. Thanks for coming in the stream, Sporting Babe. All right. See you next time. All right. I have to go to the restroom. I'll be back, guys. Hang on. Where's the... There we go. Okay. Cry of Fear. I've never played that one before. Let's see. Oldest WWE game I played is probably SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. And they were making 2K12 on the PS2. I did not know that. Ferris, of course, WWE is scripted. You're watching actors and who are very good because it's all on live TV. And then as soon as the wrestling is done, or sorry, as soon as when you're watching the wrestling matches happen, those are essentially those same actors doing their own stunts. That's what it is. Used to watch when you were a kid. You loved Paige. You know what? I think she's actually, I don't know where she is right now. I think she's with AEW right now because I think she changed her name to Saraya, I think was her name now in AEW. I don't know. Matei, yeah, I am a John Cena fan. It's going to be really sad to watch his final match in December. Most Cactus Jack says most people are annoying nowadays. Quit watching wrestling. 9 years. Paige goes by real. Oh, okay. So Saraya is her real name. Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm not really up to date at all with AEW. I try to watch. I haven't watched it in God, I think in months, because I think last I heard there was the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley, and I think it was him and God, I can't even remember. I think it was him with there was I think MJF is with, like, they were doing some storyline where they were working together. I can't remember. And I think there was a time before when not Edge, but when Adam Copeland and Christian had this long giant feud going on, and now I think they're a tag team now or something. I got no idea. You used to like Bray Wyatt. He was your favorite. Okay, I see. Well, now they have the Wyatt Six going on in WWE right now, where the leader of that group is Bo Dallas, who is Bray's brother. I've never played the AEW game, Gove. Never played it. Like, pretty much the majority of my knowledge with wrestling is all just WWE. And I've been hearing rumors that Chris Jericho might be coming back to WWE, because I know he was with AEW for a while. I'm not sure. I think it would be cool if Chris Jericho did come back, if they called it, like, sort of like, you know, they were saying Y2K, but they called it Y2J. If they just wrote Y2J on, like, the first episode in January, and that was how they opened it up, I think that would be like a big shocking moment for the fans. And I did get to watch the match with TNA, the final match for the Dudley Boys. It was like between the Dudleys. Was it, or they called the Dudley Boys or the Dudleys? I can't remember. But yeah, it was the final match with Bubba Ray Dudley and Devon Dudley versus Matt and Jeff Hardy. That was great. That was great to watch. As I heard that Devon was getting some health problems recently. And so I think they had to have that one last match. Do you like... I haven't played 2K25. The only WWE 2K game that I've played is 2K20... But yeah, 23. That's the only one I ever played. I haven't played 25. I am 5'7". Yeah, seem to be slowing down. There's not a lot of people yet. Hang on. If I just go in here. I look taller? Well, I'm the only one here. You can't really compare that to anyone else. Oh, whoops, that's not what it was. All right, thanks for watching, Ferris. See you later. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's what the thumbnail looked like before I started. Oh, Koval, I'm not. I unplugged my Xbox. Like I already wasn't using it, but as soon as I saw Microsoft increase those Game Pass prices, I unplugged them, and I do not want to fuck with them at all right now. I don't want to play with Game Pass. I don't want to buy any Xbox games. All I'm doing is my part, doing what I can to send the message that what they did is fucking unacceptable. If you're talking about PlayStation Plus Premium, I mean, I don't have my PS5. It's been in the pawn shop for months. But pretty much, yeah, I'd rather not play the Xbox right now than and wait to get my PS5 back. How long have I been going? 2 hours and 40 minutes. Ugh. Oh, you meant Game Pass. Well, that's the problem, is Game Pass Premium. That was, I think you mean Game Pass Ultimate is what they're calling it. Because that one used to be $20 per month. Now it's $30 per month. And that's bullshit, because if there's any fucking... I mean, Sony's not increasing their prices to $30 per month. Or, you know, unless I'm wrong, you know, someone can correct me. But, I mean, Sony has less money than Microsoft. Microsoft has trillions with a T, trillions of dollars. They can afford to keep their prices for Game Pass Ultimate at $20 per month. They can afford to keep the prices of their consoles where they were at. They're just greedy motherfuckers at the end of the day. Yeah, but the problem, Koval, is the reason why the majority of people subscribe to Game Pass is to get those games day one. I remember that you could still get premium and still get the day one releases. Now you can only get that on the one where it's $30 per month, and they got rid of the annual subscription model. It's like, fuck them. Like, fuck them for doing that. I'm doing my part by unplugging it and not touching that fucking Xbox again until I don't even know when. So. Because I'm not doing that at all. Like, I refuse to support them. If they want to send the consumers a middle finger by increasing their prices on everything, I can give them the middle finger back by doing what I can do, which is unplugging it and leaving it alone to collect dust. And by the way, Costco and Target, I believe, they stopped selling Xbox products as well. Well, Koval says, is PlayStation Plus Premium worth it? I have no idea, because I don't know how it works right now. But let's just say something. Why don't we send these companies messages by only buying the physical disc from now on? Like, maybe if you just can't wait and you want to play certain games day one at midnight, download them. But if you truly want to support those developers, go out there and buy the actual disc. So you can say, hey, guess what? I can actually hold this game in my hand. That's what I would do. That's why I talked about earlier in the stream, talking about wanting to buy cassettes and CDs again. My PS5 is currently in the pawn shop because I was broke and needed money to pay rent for the week. And so I put it there, and it's been there ever since. I'm just paying, I don't know how much the interest is on that, like paying the interest amount every month for them to keep it. And then it's going to cost like $240 to get it out. Of course, I'm excited about GTA 6. Matei, is the sky blue? Come on, man, that's an easy question. You should have seen my reactions to the trailers. Koval Grove says, hope everything goes well for you. Thank you. I appreciate it. What is a pawn shop? Cactus Jack, what country are you from? I mean, cheeseburger, that's exactly... I mean, that's what the beginning of the live stream was about. You saw me. I was depressed, but slowly I was able to increase my mood. So now I'm at a much more elevated level than when I started the live stream. It's just all this isolation without having a car and not having a job. I can feel the damage that it's doing. Oh, you're from Lebanon. Okay, so a pawn shop is a place where people they either sell things over there or they pawn things. So pawning is when, let's say, like your phone, for example. Say if you have a really old phone, but you really need cash, what you can do is you can go there and say, I want to pawn this phone. And what they'll do is they'll look up the used market, see how much it costs to get all of this. And So you can see how much it costs to get the phone. I mean, how much they'll give you for it. And when they say pawn, what they're doing is they're giving you a loan. Essentially, they're giving you a loan, and whatever goods you're using as the pawn, that would be the collateral. So what you would do is you would either pay back the full amount of cash they gave you, and they will hold, using the phone as the example, they'll hold the phone in the back of the shop. And if you miss the due date, let's say they have a due date, and then there's another thing that will say on your ticket that says last day of grace. If you don't make any payment before the last day of grace, then you have pretty much told them, oh, you're never coming to pay to get this back, and they will sell it. So that's how it works, pretty much. So I've just been paying $40 every month to keep it in the pawn shop until I can get the $240 I need to get that back, because I believe I need $240 to get that back, and I think I need like $170 to get my Kramer guitar back. But also the other good thing is they sell stuff outright, so you can walk in there, buy stuff. So that's either things that people never came back to make payments on to get back, and they'll sell it. So they will sell things that way, or they can also sell things with, and they'll have items. Like you can also go in there and say, for example, you could walk in and say, hey, I want to sell this cassette player. How much can you give me for it? And, you can just outright sell. So you can sell things, you can sell items or pawn items. So yeah, Cactus Jack, that's pretty much a breakdown of how pawn shops work. Some of them can be very nice, and some of them can be in very scary neighborhoods where you wouldn't want to be alone at night. So it all just depends on the location. Check the reviews, make sure everything's nice and clean and safe, because you can also buy guns at a pawn shop as well in America. And they have to do a full background check on you and everything before you can ever do it. So. We got 18 viewers. Can they scam you? Well, no. I mean, there are some stories of people scamming others, but like I said, you just have to do your research on the pawn shop, because if you take an item that you want to sell, you could sell it on eBay, or if you have like instruments, you could sell them on a place called reverb.com. But sometimes, like in the situations that I end up getting in, I have to get the money right away. So what I would have to do is I would just go to a pawn shop, even though I know any items I'm selling, I know I could make a lot more selling them on eBay, but in my case, I couldn't do anything about it because I don't have a car and I'm not working. So, I mean, unless you count this as me working right now, which, in the future, I can do this to pay all my bills, but just not getting the views for it. But yeah, because you would have to go through shipping and paying for shipping and all of that stuff. Okay. And it looks like we're not getting enough people in here. Yep. Now it just dropped down to 14. All right. Well, guys, thanks so much for watching the live stream, but I'm going to end it here. So, because I've been going here now for almost 3 hours, and I want to go ahead and eat something and get back to binge watching Friends. So, I'll see you guys next time. All right, bye.